Alright, what is going on, guys? It is your boy TKD123 here, back here in Place and Source. It is a brand new month of November 2021. Yes, your rent is due, but you also get new games added to the PlayStation Now subscription service if you are a subscriber. So without further ado, we got a few good games here, and we got one that I am going to very much underline and say is pretty much game of like the decade, one of my favorite games of all time, added to PS Now this month for November 2021. But let's get right into it. Starting off here, I've been meaning to pick up the trilogy of this definitive remaster of this iconic series. I was gonna aim for it for like Black Friday, but now I guess, you know, if I can get the second and third on the low, I'll just play the first one here via PS Now. It is, of course, Mafia Definitive Edition. The Definitive Edition faithfully recreates the organized crime epic with expanded story plus gameplay and visual improvements. Rise to the ranks of the Mafia during the Prohibition era, experiencing a faithfully recreated 1930s cityscape filled with interwar architecture, cars, and culture. After a run-in with the mob, cab driver Tommy Angelo is thrust into a deadly underworld. Initially uneasy about falling in with the Celeste crime family, Tommy soon finds that the rewards are too big to ignore. And so this game will be available on PS Now up until Monday, February 28th, so you'll have then to play it. That seems like plenty of time to play this game, and I've heard a lot of good things about the Mafia trilogy, you know what I'm saying? It's something that I definitely wanted to play, and I think it's a good starting point here, of course, with the first game being on PS Now with that service, and of course, it being a PS4 game with the Definitive Edition. You can download it as well, so you don't have to stream this game if you don't want to, of course. And it did get a Metacritic here of 76, so you know, pretty good last year. You know, I remember people having some definitely you know, some critiques about this Definitive Edition and everything for Mafia, but overall, you know, with a 76, you can't really hate on that score overall. So if you've been meaning to check out this, definitely check it out on PS Now this month for November 2021. Next up here, this next game, you know, it looks pretty interesting. You know what I'm saying? It looks pretty interesting. Let's see what it's all about here. It's called Totally Reliable Delivery Service. Buckle up your back brace and fire up the delivery truck. It's time to deliver. Go it alone to ensure the safety of your deliveries, or join your friends and put your teamwork to the test and haphazardly get the job done in an interactive sandbox world. Unpredictable ragdoll physics meets snappy platforming. Sprint, leap, dive, and grapple with ease, but collide with something and you'll be knocked out cold. Want to take a break from deliveries? Then play around. The world is chock full of toys, vehicles, and machines that can be used for work or play. So this definitely looks like you know, in the same vein of like a Overcooked, in the same vein of like, what was that one Moving Out game and everything, where it does seem to be like a co-op experience where you are just trying to complete a task and everything. Very much of a party-esque type of vibe to it in terms of like a party game type of style. I'm sure there's a lot of people that enjoy this game. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It may just be just like a wonky mess, whatever, but its Metacritic is at a 55, so not the best score in the world, of course, but you know what? Maybe there's just some raw fun here, right? Like, maybe it's not as you know, refined and as good as like Overcooked, right? But maybe there's some fun to be had here, and you can test it out for yourself on PS Now this month. Next up here, of course, continuing what they have said a few months back, that they will be rolling out more Final Fantasy games into PlayStation Now. We have Final Fantasy IX. Strange events transpire on the Mist Continent, one of our 4 mainlands of Gaia. The Kingdom of Alexandria, ruled by Queen Brani, begins their invasion of other nations under the orders of Kuja, the Angel of Death from Terra. An accidental encounter in Alexandria brings Zidane, Vivi, and Garnet together, and they set out on a journey that leads them to discover the secrets of their past, the crystal, and the place to call home. And so once again, another Final Fantasy game, you know what I'm saying? This one I have not played. I am interested about like the game's art style. Like, I did not expect it to be like a almost like a cartoony drawn art style, you know, like it looks very interesting and like, you know, very much different than like other Final Fantasy games. Maybe I'm capping about that, I don't know. I just really never seen Final Fantasy IX from a trailer standpoint or a gameplay standpoint. It just looks definitely interesting in my opinion, but it did get, of course, a Metacritic here on the PS4 release of an 85, so I'm assuming the PS4 version is going to be the one in PS Now. That's my assumption. I think the others were like that as well, so I just put the Metacritic score for that one specifically. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. If you're into Final Fantasy and haven't played Final Fantasy 9, maybe check this out on PS Now. All right, listen up. I'm not playing no more. This next game is very critical. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It's a game that I will likely show my nieces and nephews and future kids if I ever have them. You know what I'm saying? This game is called Celeste. You can do this. Help Madeline survive her inner demons on her journey to the top of the massive Celeste Mountain, 700 plus screens of hardcore platforming challenges and devious secrets in this super tight, handcrafted platformer from the creators of the multiplayer classic Towerfall. The controls are simple and accessible, simply jump, air dash, and climb, but with layers of expressive depth to master where every death is a lesson. Lightning fast respawns keep you climbing as you uncover the mysteries of the mountain and brave its many perils. This narrative-driven single-player adventure also features a charming cast of characters and a touching story of self-discovery. Want more of a challenge? Unlock brutal B-side chapters built for only the bravest mountaineers. This game is fantastic. Okay, this game came out in 2018. Of course, we had major hitters like God of War come out that year and everything, but this did win Indie Game of the Year in 2018. And guys, y'all need to play. This is a must play. Okay, this is a must play. This game is fantastic. Of course, to no surprise, it is the top of the Metacritic for not only PS Now this month, but PS Plus this month as well, with a 91 Metacritic. It is fantastic. I love this game to death. I think you know, I would implore everyone to just not read up about this game. Don't look too deep into it. Just play it. If you like platformers that are challenging but fair, I feel like Celeste is fair. Celeste gets a bad rap. Celeste gets a bad rap because like a lot of people think that, you know, it is this like insane, daunting platformer, and like, yeah, it is pretty hard at times, but it's really not that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really not that bad. At least I thought when I played it in 2018, and I've been meaning to get back to it to play the extra DLC chapters that they dropped for free for Celeste. But overall, guys, if you don't check out any of these games, check out Celeste. It is fantastic. One of the greatest games I've ever played in my life. So that's about it for PS Now. For the month of November 2021, you'll be getting access to Mafia Definitive Edition, totally reliable delivery service, Final Fantasy 9, and Celeste. Hope you guys enjoyed the rundown. If y'all enjoyed, make sure to leave a like on the video, as well as hit subscribe to PlayStation Source to keep up with the latest and greatest in PlayStation. Down below, find links to our Discord, our Twitter, and of course our anchor link that where you can listen to our Road to Series podcast in podcast format on your podcast platform of choice, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, etc. And of course, keep it locked, boys. We got Road to Forbidden West coming up very, very shortly in the year 2022. Thank you all for watching, and as always, greatness awaits.